So what we'll be doing is this. We may or may not come into side plank, I wonder. So in plank, we're taking the hands a little bit further forward. And the interest here is about what kind of effort we're putting into our shoulders. What happens when we come into plank is that we change bony support of our thighs for muscular support in our trunk. But it's very easy to get over busy when you remove the bony support. So the interest here is when you straighten, particularly the second leg, can you do it without your shoulders finding out? That's the thing you're interested in. Can you keep the volume in your muscles to the minimum? And also when you come back, can you notice the softening of the muscles back to where they were, so that you're not holding on to tension that might have accrued when you straightened your legs. If you come onto your side in this, you're trying to make this it's a complicated movement. So turning the body onto its side, you're again trying to simplify the movement as much as possible. And the movement actually, turning of the feet, the rest of the movement comes from the ball and socket joint, and you're simply trying to turn the whole body and then lean back through your arm. And then retrace your steps back into plank. And then bring your knees back down and let the volume come back to normal again. Your interest here is to simplify the movement and to not accrue tension, unhelpful effort. Okay, good. So you come onto all fours. And maybe take your hands a little bit further forwards and get a good handprint on the floor. That's it. That's nice. Finding your support through your shoulders. Now turn, just very carefully start to straighten first one leg and then the other. And do it slowly enough that you don't bring anything extra into your shoulders. Now let's see what happens if you turn to face the camera, as it were. So turning your feet first, then bringing your right hand up. Good. Looking for support through your left shoulder, your left arm. And then try and retrace your steps. Try to come back the way you came up. Bringing the hand back to the floor, then turning the body. And then bringing the knees back to the floor. Great. And returning kind of back to normal. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so again, coming onto all fours. The interesting thing about plank, what we're interested in here, is can we notice the effort we bring into a movement when we change support? So it's good to do, as Caroline's doing now, is check your support levels first of all. Am I over-supporting, under-supporting, or how does it feel? That's the real question, how does it feel? Not what does it look like? And when you've settled into something, obviously the effort increases a lot when the legs straighten, so in those transitions, as the leg straightens, you be very watchful about what you're doing in the shoulders. It's lovely. So you're not locking out and gripping and holding your breath, that's great. And then when you're ready, you turn the feet, face the camera, and then when it feels right for you, you bring the right hand off the ground, bring it towards the air, that's it. Organising your body so that you're getting good support through the left arm and then coming back again. So what we're trying to do is trace our steps. That's a proprioceptive act. We're trying to notice the effort we bring into it. That's a map of effort. We're trying to improve the maps of effort in our body so that we're not overworking. And we're trying to improve our map of proprioception. Do I know what I was doing and can I undo it? They're the questions that come up in this movement. Okay, thanks very much, Caroline. So again, coming onto all fours. You need a wider stance from hands to knees with plank because otherwise your support is too close. That's good, and then you look for your shoulders again, as we always do when we come on to finding our support. Anytime you come using your hands for support, the shoulders are the area where our habits will live. So we investigate them. And when you're happy about what you've discovered there, then carefully start to straighten your legs, with your intention of doing the minimum extra work in your body as possible, whilst maintaining the shape of plank. That's lovely, good. And if that feels okay, if you feel okay with it, then you can turn your feet and then follow with the arm. That's great, lovely. And you don't have to stay there. Try and retrace your steps. Come back the way you went in. That's pretty good, actually. Often when people come back, their pelvis is much higher than when they went, and then come down. Yeah, and that's somewhere on the journey they've got a bit lost when that happens. You know, their body's done something that they've forgotten. So one of the things that sometimes happens in plank, and it's quite it's interesting for us, particularly when you've turned, you know, when you've gone into this bit, the pelvis can sink a little bit, or it can go up a bit, and we don't really notice. So if it goes up, we come back, and then when we come back into plank, our pelvis is higher, so that when we bring our knees down, they don't fit. That's a clue that something's gone wrong. So, and what we're interested in is trying to notice at what point did that happen. So when I'm turning, I want to become more conscious of, does my pelvis sink as I turn? Does my pelvis rise as I turn? I want to keep my awareness that the pelvis ideally stays in the same vertical plane, so that when I come back, with a bit of luck, my knees fit.